Coming to you from Annapolis, Maryland, home of the U.S. Naval Academy, the sailing capital of the world, home of the world's largest crab feast, and 4 signers of the Declaration of Independence. This is the Eye on Annapolis Daily News Brief, a daily roundup of local news that you can use, including local sports, local events, local opinion, and local weather from DMV Weather. Now here's your host, publisher of Eye on Annapolis, John Frenaye.
Good morning. It's Wednesday, June 13th, 2018. This is John Frenaye, and this is your Eye on Annapolis Daily News Brief. Yesterday, Maryland Attorney General Brian Frost announced that Tamarco Harris was sentenced to 20 years in prison without parole by an Anne Arundel County Circuit Court justice. Harris was the co-owner of Star Life Wellness Center in Glen Burnie, and he was indicted on drug-related charges last August, along with other employees, which included a doctor and 2 nurse practitioners. The AG said that they prescribed opiates without a legitimate medical purpose and accused the business of being a pill mill. Harris and co-owner Dr. Kofi Shaw Taylor also ran a West Side Medical Group in Baltimore City, also classified as a pill mill. A case seeking to invalidate Krish Vignarajah's candidacy for governor of the state of Maryland has been thrown out by an Anne Arundel County Circuit Court justice. It happened late yesterday afternoon after lawyers from the Maryland State Board of Elections affirmed that Vignarajah had been a registered voter in Maryland for at least the 5 years required under the state constitution. Vignarajah had registered to vote for Maryland in 2006. However, she voted in the District of Columbia as recently as 2015. Looking at a poll, Vignarajah is currently 6th among a field of 7 Democratic candidates vying for Maryland's top job. The MBA was over at St. Mary's High School in Annapolis earlier this week to make an award to schools for winning their Make It Click program. And that's a peer-led effort to increase awareness and usage of seatbelts among younger drivers. It ran January through May and encouraged participants to create posters, videos, memes, flyers, etc., illustrating seatbelt use and highway safety. Calvert High School down in Prince Frederick won the award for the highest overall seatbelt usage rate at an incredible 99.2%. I'm not sure I even make that in my own car. And St. Mary's in Annapolis had the largest increase in seatbelt use, and they've really got to work on this a little bit, but they went from 61% usage at the beginning of the year to a 79.6% in May. So congratulations to St. Mary's. Other schools that participated in Anne Arundel County were Archbishop Spalding as well as Cat North. Speaking of seatbelt use in teen drivers, Maryland ranks the 3rd best state for teen drivers. And Wallet Hub turned around and they studied 23 different key metrics and came up with the ranking. Maryland is number 3. And some of the metrics they looked at were the quality of the roads, where we ranked 30th. However, we ranked first in the presence of impaired driving laws and the presence of distracted driving and texting while driving laws. So overall, if you're a teen, Maryland is a pretty safe state to drive in. Gonzalez Research and Marketing had a poll earlier this month, and it revealed that 46% of the Maryland Democrats say that the most important issue for them in this primary election is removing Donald Trump from office. The question's not on the ballot. It's not something that Maryland can do, so I'm not quite sure what that means. The other top issues for the Democrats were public education at 26%, the economy at 10%, and public safety at 8%. The poll also looked at how the Democratic candidates will stack up against the wildly popular Governor Hogan, and none of them fared very well against Hogan. Hogan leads each of his possible general candidate opponents by double-digit margins, with Rusher and Baker coming the closest. In a predicted head-to-head match, Hogan would lead Baker 48 to 37%. And speaking of elections, tonight at 8 p.m. over at the Maryland Crabs, and you should probably subscribe to that, we're going to be dropping 20-plus episodes where we have talked to several different candidates that are running for office locally here in Anne Arundel County. We reached out to every candidate running in select races, asked them to come speak with us for 10 minutes, and answer one question: why do I want to vote for you? They could take it any way they wanted. There was no editing, and it was kind of interesting to see what they felt was going to sway the voters. If you don't subscribe to the Maryland Crabs podcast, I do recommend you do that, or you can go over to the marylandcrabs.com or eyeonannapolis.net. We will have all of them in one single post for you to listen to as well. That's it for the top news today. Make sure you're checking out eyeonannapolis.net for news throughout the day because we do update it nearly consistently. And right now you need to hang tight because we've got George Young with DMV Weather, and he has one sweet-looking weather forecast.
Hi, this is Anne Arundel County Executive Steve Shue. The heroin and opioid epidemic has touched every family, including mine. It breaks my heart to see families crippled by the trauma of addiction every single day. That's why we're doing everything possible to fight heroin and prescription drug abuse. If you're a parent, talk to your kids about the dangers of prescription drugs. Attend one of our Not My Child presentations in your neighborhood to learn the facts. We all think our children couldn't possibly be using heroin. Well, think again. If you're struggling with addiction yourself, now is the time to get help. Our Safe Stations program allows you to go to any fire station and ask for help. No questions asked, no one gets in trouble. Get educated and join us in the fight to save lives. Go to denialisdeadly.org or call 410-768-5522.
This is Maryland. The weather can be nearly unpredictable. We've got George Young from DMV Weather in Annapolis to sort it all out.
Hey everyone, this is George with DMV Weather, and this is your Eye on Annapolis forecast for Wednesday, June 13th. Warmer temps into the mid-80s to possibly near 90 in spots today for Annapolis and all of Anne Arundel County, ahead of a weak cold front, which means a few showers or storms are possible later today or tonight. But that front clears the area to the south and east quickly, and then the near impossible is expected to occur. Several days in a row of sunny, warm, and dry weather are expected for the entire region, with tons of sunshine, high temps in the 80s each day, and virtually no expectation for any rain as high pressure moves in with stable air and summer-like warmth Thursday through Sunday and likely into Monday or Tuesday. Okay, that's it for us today. This is George Young of DMV Weather. Make it a great day out there today, and be sure to follow us anywhere, anytime, either on our website at dmvweather.com or on Facebook and Twitter, as well as on our app, which you can download for free by searching for DC MDVA Weather in the Apple App Store and Google Play Store. But always remember, whatever the weather outside, have fun and be safe.
Do you know what your teens are doing this summer? Don't be afraid to ask. The most recent Maryland Safe and Supportive School Survey shows 3/4 of Annapolis high school students say it was fairly or very easy for students in their grade to get alcohol. Underage and binge drinking is very real in Annapolis. If you give them access to alcohol, you're not cool, but you are liable for the outcome. Create a safe environment for your teens and their friends this summer. If they need to talk, listen. If you need to talk, we'll listen. We're here for you and your children. We're ASAP, Annapolis Substance Abuse Prevention. ASAP facilitates healthy community change, prevents and reduces binge drinking, underage drinking, and alcohol-related auto crashes among youth and young adults through locally led collaborations and evidence-based prevention strategies. Visit us at preventsubstanceabuse.org. This message is supported by SAMHSA and the Maryland Behavioral Health Administration.
Thanks for listening to the Eye on Annapolis Daily News Brief. If you like what you heard, make sure to tell your friends and colleagues about it. And also tell them about our website, eyeonannapolis.net, where you can find much more. Be sure to check out our other weekly podcast, The Maryland Crabs. This podcast comes to you every Monday through Friday at 7 a.m. Thanks for listening, and we'll see you next time.